Have you ever noticed how some people seem to live in multiple worlds at once? They shift between languages as easily as changing clothes. But there's something different about them. Something you can't quite place. They carry themselves with a quiet confidence that feels both familiar and foreign. It's not arrogance. It's something deeper. You meet them at work, in coffee shops, at parties. They laugh at jokes in 3 different languages. They pause before answering simple questions, as if they're translating more than just words. And when they speak, there's a precision to their thoughts that makes you wonder what they see that you don't. Here's what psychology suggests about people who speak multiple languages. They don't just know more words. Their brains often work differently, and the traits they develop aren't just linguistic. They're psychological patterns that can reshape how they think, feel, and connect with the world. First, they have cognitive flexibility that can border on supernatural. While most people get stuck in mental ruts, multilingual minds are constantly switching between different systems of thought. Every conversation becomes an exercise in mental gymnastics. They're choosing not just what to say, but which language to think it in first. This constant cognitive switching trains their brain like a muscle. Research suggests their executive function, the mental CEO that manages attention and problem-solving, may operate at a higher level than monolingual minds. But here's what no one notices. This flexibility spills into everything they do. They adapt to new situations faster. They solve problems from angles others never consider. Their brain has been shaped for change, and it shows in ways that have nothing to do with language. Second, they're emotional shapeshifters. Studies have observed something fascinating. When multilingual people switch languages, their personality can change. Not just their accent or vocabulary. Their entire emotional landscape may shift. English might make them more direct and confident. Spanish might make them warmer and more expressive. French might unlock a more romantic, philosophical side. It's not performance. It's a form of genuine psychological transformation. Each language carries the cultural and emotional patterns of the people who speak it. And multilingual minds absorb these patterns deeply over time. They don't just speak different languages. They can experience different versions of themselves. Third, their empathy operates on a different frequency. When you grow up navigating multiple cultures, you develop what psychologists call perspective-taking ability. You learn early that the same situation can be interpreted completely differently depending on cultural context. This creates a kind of emotional intelligence that many people may never fully develop. Research comparing monolingual, bilingual, and trilingual individuals has found notable differences. Empathy scores often increase with each additional language. Trilinguals in some studies scored more than twice as high as monolinguals on emotional intelligence measures. They don't just understand what people are saying. They understand the cultural weight behind the words. But this comes with a cost. Living between worlds means never fully belonging to just one. There's an emotional complexity that others can't always understand. They carry the burden of translation, not just of words, but of entire ways of being. Fourth, they have an unusual relationship with ambiguity. Most people crave certainty. Clear answers, simple explanations, simple. But multilingual minds have learned to live in the space between meanings. They're comfortable with questions that don't have single answers. Words that mean different things in different contexts, conversations that exist in the gaps between cultures. This tolerance for ambiguity often makes them natural innovators. They see possibilities where others see contradictions. They find connections between ideas that seem unrelated. Their creativity doesn't come from inspiration alone. It comes from a brain trained to navigate uncertainty. And here's the paradox. The more languages they speak, the more they realize how little language can actually capture. They become masters of communication by understanding its limitations. They know that the most important things often happen in the silences between words. These aren't just skills you can learn from a textbook. They're psychological transformations that can occur when your mind learns to live in multiple realities simultaneously.